This is the Master's Harvest, video number 5, Second Esdras Events. Today is January 14, 2024. I'm your host, Daniel Berglund. In today's study, we'll be documenting prophetic events according to Second Esdras. I've provided a link to today's study document in the description box below. In this study, we're just documenting the events. We'll justify their order in a future video. The events are domination, disappearance, destruction, harvest, judgment, and inheritance. Domination refers to the time when the United States gains control of the whole earth and with much oppression dominates its inhabitants. We get this from 2 Esdras chapter 11 verse 32, where it says, "Moreover, this had gained control of the whole earth and with much oppression dominated its inhabitants, and it had greater power over the world than all the wings that had gone before." Then we have disappearance. The middle eagle head, which represents the United States, disappears. The USA has lost its superpower status. This is documented in Scripture in 2 Esdras chapter 11 verse 33. "And after this I looked, and behold, the middle head also suddenly disappeared, just as the wings had done." Two remaining eagle heads rule the world. This is when China and Russia are in charge of the world after the United States is gone. This is documented in 2 Esdras chapter 11 verse 34. But the two eagle heads remained, which also ruled over the earth and its inhabitants. Not long after, China puts the sword to Russia, leaving it as the only world superpower. This is documented in 2 Esdras chapter 11 verse 35. "And I looked, and behold, the head on the right side devoured the one on the left." This is China gobbling up Russia. Jesus reproves the fourth beast empire and declares judgment on it. It will disappear. It's important to remember in this situation that this is not an immediate occurrence. This is merely a judgment, and the disappearance will be at a future time. This is documented in 2 Esdras chapters 11, verse 36 through 46. I'll just read the part that's highlighted. "Are you not the one that remains of the four beasts which I made to reign in my world? You, the fourth that has come, have conquered all the beasts that have gone before, and you have held sway over the world with much terror. Your insolence has come up before the Most High, and your pride to the Mighty One. And the Most High has looked upon his times, and behold, they are ended, and his ages are completed. Therefore you will surely disappear, you eagle." Next, interestingly, the sword is put to China, leaving us with no world superpowers. This is documented in 2 Esdras chapter 12 verse 2. "And behold, the remaining head disappeared." Next, George Bush Jr. and Barack Obama set themselves up to reign. This is found in 2 Esdras chapter 12 verse 2 also, the next sentence. "The two wings that had gone over to it arose and set themselves up to reign." Then George Bush Jr. and Barack Obama reign for a brief and tumultuous time. We find this in 2 Esdras chapter 12 verse 2. Their reign was brief and full of tumult. Finally, George Bush Jr. and Barack Obama disappear in 2 Esdras chapter 12 verse 3. "And I looked, and behold, they also disappeared." The next event is destruction. The whole fourth beast empire is burned. This is covered in 2 Esdras 12:3, 2 Esdras 13:9 through 11, and Revelation 20 verse 9. Starting with 2 Esdras 12 verse 3, "The whole body of the eagle was burned." The eagle, remember, is the fourth beast empire. Then 2 Esdras 13:9, "He sent forth from his mouth, as it were, a stream of fire, and burned them all up." This is Jesus Christ burning them up. The third scriptural reference isn't from 2 Esdras, it's Revelation chapter 20 verse 9. "Fire came down from heaven and consumed them." In my opinion, these events that we see in 2 Esdras chapter 12 and 13 match up with the event that we see in Revelation chapter 20 verse 9. The next event is harvest. Jesus comes down from the top of Mount Zion. This is in 2 Esdras chapter 13 verse 12. The same man, that is, Jesus, came down from the mountain. He gathers a peaceable multitude to himself. This is covered in 2 Esdras chapter 13, verses 12 and 13. The same man, that is, Jesus, called to him another multitude which was peaceable. This is in contrast to the warring multitude who just tried to kill him. This business of Jesus Christ coming down to his people is the harvest of souls, the fulfillment of the festival of ingathering. From Leviticus chapter 23, verses 33 to 43, we get, "The 15th day of this month, and for 7 days, is the Feast of Booths to the Lord." Sometimes it's referred to as the Feast of Booths, sometimes the Festival of Ingathering, sometimes Tabernacles, but it all refers to the same thing and is documented in Leviticus. Continuing in Leviticus a little bit later on, chapter 23, verse 41, "You shall keep it as a feast to the Lord 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever throughout your generations." When this occurs, he, that is Jesus, keeps them, that is his people, joyful until the end comes, the day of judgment. This is documented in 2 Esdras chapter 12, verse 34. "He will deliver in mercy the remnant of my people. He will make them joyful until the end comes, the day of judgment." Next comes the judgment event. This is the Great White Throne Judgment. It's documented in Revelation chapter 20, verses 11 through 15. The Great White Throne is the time when the dead are judged. Inheritance is next. The saints inherit the kingdom. This is documented in chapter 21, verses 1 through 8 of the book of Revelation. In chapter 21, verse 1, it says, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth." And later on, it says, "God will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself will be with them. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death will be no more." And that's it for today's study. Until we meet again, blessings to you and your loved ones.